so much, Twills. You can go back over there? Yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
hey,
hang
man,
out.
we a podcast. We a family. Go on, go back
Yeah,
over there.
you go cross through.
Go
It's okay. Walk
man. We
across.
don't care. We on a podcast. Huh? Need something to drink? Hey, man. Yeah. Need something to drink?
Go ahead.
This is my maid right here. She's cleaning up the. My business partner, Twilla. Love her.
Back in the back. Thanks, Twills.
Yeah.
Another you poke her with a stick. Get back there.
Get back there. Get up under the staircase. Clean the cupboard.
This is gonna be the most weirdest intro, but
Yeah.
I wish.
That's how you get people in the movies. You see movies, you see somebody
Bam.
get choked up. Opening of the scene of a movie, you see somebody getting choked
mad
like,
murder,
"Ah!
yeah.
Where's my goddamn daughter at?"
I wish that I never got horny. And
Horny?
Yeah, I wish I could.
Wait.
I wish.
Wait.
I wish.
Did you open up by
Yeah,
saying,
I did. I wish I never got horny and never had to have sex or the urge. I wish I never had to
how
deal
did we
with any of
go
it.
from getting choked, pushing the
I
maid
was
up on the stairs?
already here.
Okay.
I had already decided I was gonna say this.
Okay, y'all ain't going coming in halfway. This is literally how Chaz
This is how I
opened
started
up by
the show,
saying, "I
yeah.
never got horny." But
No,
continue.
not that I never got. I wish I never did.
You literally said that. I said that.
Yeah, no. You said that Chaz said never got horny.
Okay.
But
You said you were.
oh, I get horny.
The way this camera looking at me right now, this circular option,
Yeah, look at the ocular around you. No, I just
the lens look like an
you know
areola.
how much I would do, bro. I swear, somewhere between my teens and 20s, how many hours I plotted to get vagina. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I just been like hours of like, all right, I gotta do this, get that. How much money I've spent trying to time it and all
And you
this
said
other
you wish
stuff.
you never.
I,
Had the
I
urge.
wish I never had the urge. I wish I was like, what is it, like asexual or something
Mm-hmm.
like that, where people don't have the urge or something
Why
like
do
that.
you wish this?
Because it's something I wish I'd never had to. You ever just be chilling and then you just like, damn it, I'm horny. I'm
Right.
like, why go away?
Yeah, it's a
Get out of here.
It's
Go.
a feeling.
Yeah, I don't.
'Cause you know
I
what
don't
comes with
want
that.
it.
It's like food. It's like cookies.
I wish I'd never had to eat either. I wish I didn't have to deal with it. Food's amazing.
Because you know the repercussions.
not
you know how-
about gaining weight. I just go like it's time consuming. It's time consuming because once I have the urge for either hunger or sex, I want to satisfy that urge, and I wish I
Right.
never had to do
But
either
the funny
one.
thing is watching you doing it angry, like I fell for it again. I hate
Here I
this,
am. Bro,
Here I
I've
am.
had sex before and be like, why am I doing this? Mid-stroke.
I do this jacking off.
Why am I here?
I've done that jacking off, not during sex.
You'd be like, what are we doing?
I wouldn't I wouldn't do it during sex. I'm like, yes, I'm enjoying this. I'm always thinking while I'm jacking off of I hope that I never see myself.
Looking in the mirror.
Right.
Or someone has a secret camera.
Because I don't want everything.
Dion, what was this?
What was you doing? I told you I could have came over.
Oh,
Like I never want the feeling of. You know what? After nuts is always uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's like
All right. Well.
I'm talking about jacking off.
Well,
Sex
yeah,
is
you're
fun.
sitting there like,
You're like, God, what am I doing?
yeah, look at yourself.
Can I be real with you?
You're disgusting.
Can I
You're
be real with
shameful. Of course.
Let me hear your filth first before I get.
What do you
mine.
mean, as far as what?
Because
I can't-
how do you perform masturbation?
I don't know. I just mix it up. Sometimes
is it
I
the
do a
bed,
little lotion.
bathroom,
Mostly bathroom
naked,
nowadays.
full pants
Depends. Sometimes I'm in a shower. Sometimes you get a good shower one in.
What you using soap?
No. You just
Get some lotion.
you just use water.
Oh,
Really.
brother.
It's not that bad.
It's a very bad.
No, I don't really have a problem.
That's like an Indian burn on your
Nah, I
skin.
don't get that. Is that what that peeling is?
Is that what the peeling is?
I gotta peel it like that. You know that extra orange skin that you can't get all the way off the orange? You'll peel the orange and then you like the little white strips.
God.
That's my dick.
Yeah, you got skin like the cows. You know, like that reverse Michael Jackson skin.
Oh, the vitiligo?
Yeah.
Did you ever see Durant's picture of Kevin Durant when he had that little bit of ankle showing? That's what my dick looks like.
Oh.
It's just one big piece of ass.
You would think the amount of men that jack off with lotion, that their penis would be very lubricated and no ash at all. If a woman sees a man with an ashy penis,
That's a problem.
That's a problem.
That's crazy.
There's no way you should. Like, why is it out in the public that for the air to be?
What are you using lotion? This is Neosporin. Just gotta heal the
I gotta
cracks.
soak this into some. Was it now? What's it? Vaseline. What is it?
Vaseline?
No, Vaseline. But what's the other one with the blue top?
Vaseline. Vaseline's blue top.
No, Aquaphor.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's that. Yeah, that's when you got a problem.
The concentrated
The
Vaseline.
doctor's like, you could always use Aquaphor. Sometimes I do a good dry rub, you know?
Bro, you have a
I
problem.
get the Louisiana dry rub going.
You have a problem. That hurts.
You want the lemon pepper? No, Louisiana dry rub.
If you were a woman, I would have jacked off your arm to see how it feels.
Nah, women are
Like this, like
horrible
I
at
want you
jerking
to
off.
feel how, like, my sleeve is hot from doing this.
No, it's not like that. I don't know
A
what.
dry jack off.
Yeah, it's a loose beat.
No spit. No spit.
No, my own.
It's your own nut. What are you talking about? You swap it out.
I don't hold it in my hand and be like, all right.
Right. I'm gonna hold this for later.
It goes into I was gonna say this comedian's name, but it was this comedian. He said every guy has tried his own nut. And we were like, what? He was like, right? Right? We were
I'm
like,
joking, yo.
we were like, hey man, I'll tell you what it is afterwards. Right? We were
Yeah.
like, nah.
Tried it?
Yeah.
Hey, so put a pin in that. Pause.
Okay.
So I'm a fan of, because I'm always thinking about the aftermath of cleanup, what to do afterwards, right?
Okay.
I never was a fan of, I see people that's like jacking off and they shoot it into like a sock or tissue.
Yeah.
So I tend to, and this is exclusive, all right? I tend to, because you don't let people know this. I found somebody that does this with me. And
You found a friend?
We gave each other knuckles like, yeah, you down with it, get down. I did this on stage and niggas was clowning me. So what I do is, before I shower, I know I'm about to get in the shower. So I'm asshole naked and I jack off on my chest.
What?
Jack
What?
off on my chest, and then I just walk to the shower because it's gonna be stuck on my chest, and then I just wash yourself off in there.
So you bust on yourself.
See, that's what I don't want. That, man, I don't want that judgment,
What you mean?
and I don't want you to use it as a soundbite. Yes, I had to describe it differently, and I can tell you who the guy who don't do this to me, man. I can tell you the guy that agrees with me. Dude, because if I'm laying back and I ain't gotta worry about aiming, I got a target. I'm the target, and I'm.
He has like 10 points for nip shot. I give you 20 points to hit in your own belly button.
So when I said put a pin in that, it's been a couple times that I shot and it was, oh God. So I have had an uncomfortable moment that.
I don't want to touch it. I remember like the early
You don't want to
days.
touch it?
No,
In your hand?
yeah, the early days I would bust in my hand when I was a young rookie, and I was like, I don't like this, and I had to wash it off and shit like that.
But
and it don't just like wash off, like it don't just
right,
come off.
it is like a little. It's like
be
a
hanging on in water. You be like, get out of here.
get out of here.
So
It is like a glue
Yeah.
sort of feeling.
now that I have it's not gonna sound.
Transition.
No, I was gonna say now that I have baby wipes around because of the kid, but that sounds weird.
Right,
You know,
right.
you say you bring a baby, and I'm talking about
Yeah,
jerking
yeah,
off. You know what I mean? But anyways, now that I have a baby wipes around, use a lot of that. Great cleanup. I was like, why didn't I think about this way before?
Yeah, it's funny. Honestly, before 2006, I had a dry wipe.
A dry wipe.
A dry wipe with toilet paper only, exclusively.
Yeah, well, I feel like a lot of people do that.
Yeah, but when you get a baby, you be like, why don't just use?
Oh no, genius.
Why don't just use baby wipes?
Changes the game.
Yeah.
It's a game changer.
And then when somebody told me, he's like, you have to use a baby wipe. You have to use a Dubai, or is it bidet?
Bidet.
Because
It makes sense.
Because you know,
You said Dubai.
I said Dubai. That's the from the Greek.
Oh,
That's,
that is a whole Middle Eastern
it's a whole
city.
different. It's a different
That is the Dubai.
It's the Dubai.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Well, that
there's a
makes
Dubai,
sense. I'm sure in Dubai they have bidets.
Yeah. And that's where it really came from.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I just had to. I forgot that you're ignorant to the Dubai, so I have to dumb it down to you.
I appreciate that.
You the
Thank
American
you.
version.
Thank you. I don't appreciate you saying you had to dumb it down for me, but I appreciate you dumbing it down for me.
But yeah, my homeboy gave me examples like if I on your arm
Okay.
and you said, "Damn, brother, you my arm. Let me wipe it up with just some dry toilet paper, and that should be good." He said, "You would be like, no, let me wash this off."
True that.
So that's why I started thinking like, man, I have to use baby wipes. I have to use
No, it makes
like
sense.
even if I have a baby wipes, I will wrap up a bunch of toilet paper and then get some water.
I've done that for sure. Yeah.
Just to kind of wet the beak.
Yeah.
You heard people say that? When people say wet the beak, that means like I gotta get saucy a little bit.
Yeah, get a little drink.
Yeah. You mind before I go into this courtroom, I
All
can
right,
wet the beak.
here's a weird combo. You ready? These are my thoughts. Okay. All right, here you go. This is going to get mad judgment from the
Okay.
people. Okay. Vagina's great.
Uh-huh.
I have a different relationship, feelings, thoughts when I see my daughter when I'm changing it.
Of course.
Because then I want to protect her.
Right.
And then I go like, what in the world would want this?
Now?
Well, that's
or
what
in
I,
the future?
This is what I think about.
In the future
Well,
or now?
because there's pedophiles out there.
Right.
But that's what I think about. Well,
Yeah.
even in the future, I go, why would anybody want this?
Absolutely.
My wife's vagina, whole different
Yeah.
attitude
Right.
towards. I'm just like, yeah, ain't nothing better than that. But with my actual child, I go like, what pervert would ever want to touch her?
Yeah.
Even if she gets over and she's bad.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, bro?
Right. But that's also when it comes to like a newborn calf. You can be like, I want to eat out of that.
You think veal.
Yeah, it's like you can be like, I want to eat that now.
They do. But people do veal. That's what veal is.
Really?
This baby cow.
As in not even like
As in they wrap the legs up so they can't walk.
wow.
Yeah, so they don't want it gaining muscle.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what veal is. Veal is it's supposed to be like the most tender meat ever because
Wow.
the baby comes out and you can't build any muscle. They'll wrap it up so you can't. So yeah, it can't get
So
stronger.
here it is. Check this out. I tell you there's some former pedophiles out there
Okay.
because instead of waiting for the chicken to develop, they was like, let's get the eggs. Let's get these eggs now. I'm sure they taste exactly the
egg is
same.
his period. It's just a chicken period.
Chicken period.
Yeah.
So
An egg is a chicken period. Ain't that crazy?
exclamation mark. I'm question mark now. It's a lot happening in my head
That's what an egg is. It's a chicken
Wow.
period. It's a miscarriage for the most
Wow.
part. Yeah.
because it came out too early.
Well, it was unfertilized.
But can you
It's unfertilized
can
egg.
you fertilize it?
No, I don't think once it's out. But it's like when a woman has her period, it's an unfertilized egg that passes, right?
So how does it become
Right,
developed?
Twilla? Thank you.
How does it become developed?
Yeah, it has to get fertilized. It has to.
So if I pushed it back in there,
no, no,
so people lay
it's
eggs.
too late by then.
No, but when the egg comes out, how does it get born?
It has to be fertilized first. It gets fertilized. I feel like
you
we're doing
laughing for, man?
sex education.
'Cause-
You should have learned this in 8th grade.
No, because the perception of what I've seen is the chicken they lay the egg and then the chicken stays on top of it to keep it warm. I've seen that in the cartoons. They keep it in there and they keep it warm like an incubator, right?
right.
Right. So if the egg comes out, I can take the egg and be like, I'm gonna do this at home.
But if
right?
you're a farmer and you go like, "Hey, I'm fertilizing this chicken, so I want you to go smash," then you know you're gonna
Who
get
is this
chicken.
person smashing?
This is the farmer, who's
another
the rooster.
Another chicken, of course.
Yeah, the rooster, right? You say you get in there, do your thing, right? So when they're looking for eggs, they go like, "Oh, these are unfertilized." But if they're fertilized, then the chicks come out. You know what I'm saying? So you know by your scheduling of who you trying to smash, or you just want breakfast.
Okay.
But people eat, like I've had. It was called it was Filipino. Well, it was a duck egg that's fertilized. But they opened it or ate it before it developed, so they took it out early, so it dies because it's not getting whatever reason it dies inside the egg, because they don't like let it get warm or something like that, and then they like eat it and then they drink the juice, and it was pretty disgusting. I forgot what it was called, but I'm sure I know other cultures do it, but the Filipino person gave it to me, and that's when I had it, And then I was like, "Yo, there's a animal in here," and they're like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Oh." You can see like his beak forming. Oh, it's gross. Yeah, it was pretty gross.
What's the distance between when the egg comes out and when we get it? Is it
Time wise?
Yeah, because they're refrigerizing it.
Okay, refrigerating.
How you say it in you said refrigerated?
Refrigerating.
No, it's
What are you trying to say?
they refrigerated it. they put it in the refrigerator.
Okay.
So it's, what is the timeline of egg comes out, they do their thing, they sell it to the
Wait, which was the do that thing? What is that?
packaging it.
Oh,
I don't know,
okay.
you know, this is worth $15,000, and then they take it to the grocery store. Grocery store do their marketing and how much they're going to sell it for, and then they put it in the thing. Like, what is that distance? Like, how long had these eggs have been born? Like the eggs I ate today, were they hatched in September? That's what I'm saying. Like, what is that distance?
I think eggs spoil. I don't know when though, but they spoil after a certain time. I don't know. I don't know what's the market fresh
Because I want to know what it tastes
chicken
like
period.
when an egg comes right out.
Yeah.
Like that
like
sounds.
with the goop still on it.
Would it be goop?
I don't know. I'm sure it comes coming out of a chicken anus. It's got to be some kind of
No, not like that. Like not when the shell is wet too. I'm talking like if the egg just came out, how fresh are these eggs?
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever had because I guess are they not organic? I
think everything-
Can eggs not be organic?
Let's challenge the I'm gonna say organization. What is it, organization? let's challenge the organic isms
Okay.
of things. Like I guarantee the things that people think that is organic, if you had it the day it came out, like spinach right from the ground, hours from being yanked from the ground, now it's right on the stove. I guarantee you won't like that taste because it's so different.
Yeah, I had a guy tell me that he was a Mexican dude. Told me that meat was better when it's cooked that day. He's like, when you kill the cow or pig, whatever, that day and cook it, he's like, it's so much better than when it comes back after. He's like, I hate having refrigerated meat, like going to the store. He was like, it doesn't taste the same. But he's like, once it's killed and cooked that day, that same time. Yo told me she was in Mexico a couple years ago and they killed this pig and made chicharrones out of it that day.
I don't know what chicharrones is.
It's pretty much pork rinds.
Okay.
And so they made it like that day. And she was like, it was so good. She was like, I just couldn't believe how good it was. I don't know. I guess something about fresh blood.
And when I think of organic versus what I'm used to, because I love Taco Bell, right? And I was raised on Taco Bell. And then when I had actual tacos,
You were like,
and I was like,
These
it
ain't
don't
hitting.
taste like Taco Bell. Like it don't taste like Taco Bell. Like and then I was like, is this the taste that I supposed to be enjoying? Because I enjoy this. So I want to challenge people.
they're different foods.
Right.
Like a Taco Bell taco is not Mexican food.
It's not.
It's
like
Taco
I
Bell.
just found out that there's no such thing as a chalupa. Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew that.
I did not know it was no such thing as a
If you go any Mexican restaurant, can I get a chalupa? They're like, oh, what?
Get your goddamn
Oh, who?
get out of my store. And there's no Mexican pizza. Like all those little, like Taco Bell was innovative. they was changing things. And why hasn't Mexican people capitalized off of what Taco Bell's doing?
So they should be making Mexican pizza.
Right, and chalupas.
They already
please.
have delicious food.
And there's no such thing as hard tacos in Mexico, man.
Hey, you want the crunchy?
I wanted
taco?
hard. Yes, I was raised in the hard tacos. Pause. I know a homeboy named Taco, so I had to pause that. Yeah, I kind of feel like they haven't capitalized off of that, man.
Nah, man, it's not real food at all. Even remember, like, you ever go to Taco Bell? And I think they had this big thing like a couple years ago. They were talking about they had their meat filling. It wasn't even meat. It was like, yeah, and then our meat filling is like, I forgot a certain percent of ground beef and a certain percent of other, but it was not like meat at all. You know what I mean? It was just,
Nigga.
it's taco filling is what they called. That's a problem.
Let me tell you how genius McDonald's is. Ready for this?
Yep.
Okay. McDonald's, about 10, 15 years ago, when people found out that they weren't serving real ground beef. They changed their meat to be sold by a company titled 100% beef.
Wow.
So now when they posted now serving 100% beef, people
Like, oh, great.
people immediately thought, now we have
You know what's funny?
real.
I got hustled now that you say that because I remember McDonald's was saying that now our chicken nuggets are 100% chicken.
That's probably
Now I'm just like, oh, they just started a company called 100%
yeah,
chicken.
genius.
Super genius.
And there's no law of saying you can't title your stuff.
All right.
Like it's like me saying a with 6 abs. It's like we know you, but hey, like because they was like, yeah, I'm now
Who
dating.
you dating? 6 abs.
That's my new name.
That's a dirty game, bro.
Yeah.
That food industry is a dirty
Yeah,
game.
Yeah, I love it. It's a hustle. Let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this. I'm gonna ask you a lot of questions.
All right,
You
let's
got
do
any
it.
questions for me?
Not yet.
Fuck them questions, dude. I got some questions for you. So, if your family was raised on unhealthy, like Top Ramen,
That's what I was raised on.
but as in not, I can see your family. If your family created Top Ramen,
Okay.
and as a child, and now that you're 30 plus years old, and your grandpa was like, "I'm gonna pass the company down to you because we are $1 billion company," would you be like, "I don't feel right, man, serving these people this poison. Let me change it up," or would you be like, somebody's knocking the boots over there?
That was quick. I would keep selling the company as is, but I would try to find other ways to hopefully transition. So I'd be like, hey, in the meantime, let's have a budget that goes into making like real food and seeing about making things organic, healthier version of it, a less sodium version of it. You know, I would try to find ways to make it. Yeah, I saw, like, you ever go on YouTube? People go on YouTube, and you can see how people use ramen noodles to fix their sinks, to fix their
Right.
toilets. Like, you seen that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck have we been eating?
Yeah.
So, but I wonder if you put hot water in there in that sink and you're fixing, won't it just melt? Like, won't it just get all noodly?
Yeah.
But yeah, when I saw that, I haven't ate Top Ramen since then.
Since then?
Yeah. So, but there's also so many other variations. I use a mushroom noodle. I forgot what it's called, but it's like a healthy noodle or whatever. There's so many different types of noodles you can have that Top Ramen just doesn't make it. But except for that Top Ramen's, what, 25 cents now? It was growing up, remember, it was like
Yeah.
10 and shit like
Yeah.
that. So, I mean,
$1 billion company, man.
it's the amount of money you spend to have healthy foods is worth it compared to Top Ramen, which you can use to
Right.
fix your sink.
Right. But if you have $1 billion company, you have hundreds of thousands of people working for you.
Right.
So now that you want to be a saint all of a sudden, they be like, yeah, we can do that. It's gonna cut out your budget. You cool with that?
Yeah.
Maybe you have to sell one of these mansions.
Yeah. Me personally, I'm fine with it,
Yeah.
but you know, it all goes to the stockholders, and
Right.
that's when things get tricky. You know?
Yeah.
If it's a privately owned company, I do whatever I want. But yeah, when stockholders get in there, they're like, well, we're not doing that.
You trying to change what? No.
But then also you have to be like, this is how it can make you money, right?
Right.
Like there's a whole market that thinks Top Ramen isn't healthy.
Right.
And the world is changing.
Yeah.
Everybody's becoming, if you make vegan noodles, if there's vegan Top Ramen, somebody's going to buy it.
Yeah.
People gonna be like, oh, the taste of Top Ramen, but with no animal product. I don't know if they have animal product in there now, but I'm sure they do.
People prefer the poison because it's cheaper.
And it's
It doesn't taste
Tastes
so good.
great.
Let me tell you how genius. This is the beginning
poison
of the year.
tastes wonderful.
It's the beginning of the year 2022.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the grocery store, they be like, buy 6 ice cream gallons and get 15 free. They know that you're trying to do a New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
They purposely trying to sabotage your diet.
I always wonder, do these food companies own like insurance companies, like health insurance companies, or do they own hospitals? Because they know if I keep feeding this person this poison, they got to come to me to get
Got some
fixed.
sort of partnership.
They got to, right?
There is a dental insurance that had partnered up with like Nestle
There you go.
and some sort of sodas.
We'll keep sending them your way. You keep sending them back our way.
So I'm assuming. Let me see. What's the biggest candy season? Valentine's Day,
Halloween.
Halloween. I'm sure they're figuring out how to pump up, bring down the rates, and then raise their insurance at the same time. Like we'll give you, a 15-pound bag of Twix, and then for 15 cents. And then the insurance is like, but we're going to increase our rate. So now they have to do it because their mouth are hurting.
It's crazy.
It's beautiful.
My daughter's a candy-holic now.
Your daughter?
Yeah, because it was her first Halloween.
Oh, boy.
So I never really ever gave her candy before. Very, very, very rarely. But now every morning she asks for candy. Can I have some candy? No, we have to eat healthy first. But I want candy. No, we have to eat healthy first.
What candy is she's going for?
Whatever's in there.
Nah, man. It matters. I don't know if I should decide whether or not.
Like, she likes ring pops. That's became her favorite thing. So she loves a ring pop. Whatever. If it's candy, she gonna eat. She doesn't like sour stuff yet.
The chewy ones is the problem.
Or she loves gummy bears.
Right in between your teeth.
So if we do candy, we have to go brush our teeth immediately afterwards, and of course before bed and all that stuff in the morning. So, but I'll be like, no, we can do berries, right? Like we can do berries. We can do the most bad stuff I let her eat in the morning is like crackers. Like she have Ritz crackers. And then I got like, all right. But every morning she asks, "Can I have some candy?"
Yeah,
And I'm like, I should have never wanted to give her Halloween, but you don't want to take it away.
If my body was like 120 pounds, I would be eating candy every morning. Because I've seen what my body was. My body has given up. It's like I had a high metabolism for 20 years. I'm lying. I had a high metabolism from 8th grade to like 25. And then after, like, cause I was playing football and all that stuff at that time. So I was dropping weight really quick. But at the same time I was working out. So I'm eating trash. As soon as I stopped working out, that mother was like, okay, I'm sorry, man. We tried.
Yeah. You're not moving like you used to. Right.
It's time. We're leaving, man. You ain't taking care of us, man. I'm sorry.
Metabolism packed up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
Been there. It's still there.
I don't like when my titties fall over on my stomach, man. Like, I'm feeling it right now.
I don't like when I drive and I'm like,
what is that noise?
Yeah, the pothole. Why? Why my titty pop up? Like, what just happened?
My nipple just slipped in my belly button right now.
Yeah, me and the wife got the same problem. And it's funny, man. I be doing push. This is my shoulders, man. I be doing push-ups like, fuck.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
I'm all injured.
You work out at the house?
I do both. I'll do the gym in the house.
Yeah. This is my mindset. I be lying to myself. I be like, all right, let me get high and stretch. I get on the ground and start stretching something. And I look up like, well, if I'm stretching, I should watch like the game or something. So I'm just stretching. I'm like,
makes sense.
Yeah, they can be, because after this game highlight goes off, I'm going to knock out some squats, push-ups, sit-ups, get all that in there, and then get a good stretch in. Then I find myself so captivated into a game, and I ain't doing nothing. I'm like, oh yeah. And now I'm like, all right, let's get this push-up on. And I was like, why does this hurt so bad? And the problem is like, I have the option of feeling good or the option of looking good.
Yeah.
And when I say feel good, I can just stop.
Yeah.
Because I feel good by not doing nothing.
Absolutely.
It's like,
I just do push-ups on my knees now. I don't even care.
I don't want nobody to see me doing it. I do it all the time.
I do it in the gym. I'm not gonna fuck.
Like, I'm not doing. Let me tell you something. I was embarrassed. I'm definitely gonna say that. Doing push-ups on my knees, I don't want nobody to see me, because I used to knock out 40 normal. Now I'm struggling on 2. But
I think that's one of the things that deter people from going to the gym is that they're wondering how they'll look to other people.
100%.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Everybody does.
Nobody cares.
Have you seen people that be feeling people from afar at
That's
the
if
gym?
they're doing dumb shit. Not if people actually. If you've seen them when people are doing if you're doing crazy dumb shit, that's different. But if somebody's just like working out, no one gives a shit.
I give a shit.
It's the weird ones that people go like, what is this person even doing?
I'm embarrassed.
But I'm not gonna go, look at this person doing push-ups on the knees, you fat fuck. I've not seen that. I've not seen that video. I haven't seen somebody on the treadmill and they're like, look at this fat ass trying to get in shape. I've not seen
You're
that.
not following everybody. I'm sure.
Well, I haven't seen that.
Somebody has filmed you.
And also, bro, if somebody's in there trying to record me getting in shape, like, I don't give a shit.
You keep saying that, but I do. I don't want to be filmed. I don't want to. I don't want to be filmed on the struggle. Like even if
Nobody
I'm doing
cares.
Well, even nigga, everyone cares.
No, everybody cares is not a thing.
because
no one cares.
Because most of the time, this is what people do. This is everyone's mindset. Trust me, Chaz. You work out at home to prepare yourself to go to the gym. so you just like, so you never want to call out help.
Well,
and all you guys at the bar, help.
Definitely shouldn't be doing too much.
You want to be like that? Excuse me, sir. How do you work this machine right here, brother? Man, look at the.
I think most people should do free weights anyways. Mm-hmm. Like to go out there and do a bench press of any kind, you just shouldn't do. You should. I mean, it's great for your chest, but you should just do like dumbbells. Like you can do the dumbbell press, you can do the lat presses. Like there's so many different exercises.
Do a dumbbell. This is what's gonna happen. Go for it. Do a dumbbell.
Do a dumbbell press here with the dumbbell.
Yep. Excuse me, sir. You doing it wrong. Your elbows in. Make sure you keep your elbows in, bro.
I'll be like, hey man, don't touch me.
But not in your head, like, am I doing it right? You see a big ass nigga from the gym. He was like, hey, I just want to let you know if you keep your elbows in, you get more of a bang for your buck.
Yeah, but you look like a foot, my nigga. You look like a whole foot.
My guarantee.
Get out of here.
You'll keep looking at him like, this nigga right here telling me what to do, man. I don't like. Then you be like, hey, baby, I'm coming home early, man. I'm like, get that cheesecake ready for you, bro.
Now, my only thing about the gym is now it's the mask. And well, first off, the gym never smells great. Like, I never walk in the gym and I go, it smells lovely in here.
Ravishing.
Deion said I looked ravishing earlier, guys. It was very disturbing. And the mask, and I hate having to wear. I'm not breathing hard in a mask.
Because is it your breath that you don't like?
No, it's just that you like oxygen feeds your blood, right? Like you breathe in to get more energy because oxygen literally feeds your blood. Mm-hmm. So when you have a mask on, you're just taking away your oxygen. Like you just feel extra tired. Like you see those people who these are different masks, but you see those masks that people run in, and it's to limit the oxygen so they can so they have to work harder.
Right.
But it's like I feel like that, and I'm like I'm not training.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I'm not in here.
I'm surviving.
Yeah. I'm just trying to make sure my heart pumps blood without having a blockage. You know what I mean? So when I had that mask, I'm just like I'm uncomfortable, bro. I can't breathe. Yeah. I can't get enough. And even playing football, when you weightlift a lot, there's a method, and I've always stayed weightlifting except for these last few years. But then once I'm trying to get back, I'm just like, I can't fucking breathe in this fucking mask.
Yeah.
I can't take these deep breaths that feed your body.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating.
Yeah.
And then I want to leave. I want to leave. And I don't like if you try to start again, man, if you bench 315 and you coming back and you can't bench 135 without struggling, you're pissed.
Yes.
And then you're like, I don't want to build up to all this.
Right.
But 350, you don't even have to. What are you trying to bench 300 pounds for?
Right.
It's like, because I did.
Yeah.
And it's like, that gets frustrating.
Nigga.
Or trying to run the same speed.
You speaking my life.
Yeah.
There's a time.
It's the same thing with weight loss. You go like, I used to wear a 32.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, man, that 32s might be over, bro. Just try to get past 40.
Yeah. It is a mini goals. I talked to Tangerine about a book that's out. It's called Mini Goals.
Yeah, I got her on that book.
But it's not. Yeah. It's not MANY. I thought it was that. It was MINI.
Mini small.
Yeah, mini goals. I was like, why are we promoting this? Like, you gotta have mini goals.
Yeah, mini goals.
That's so funny that word is the opposite.
Mini and mini. Yeah,
mini and mini.
Minimum.
But yeah, and it's like you definitely have to be like, today I'm gonna do 2 push-ups without stopping.
Right.
Because you definitely feel like
you could do 2 push-ups. Come on.
Yeah, and then like take a break, do 2 more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think a lot of it's just getting in a habit of doing something.
Right.
Hopefully at the same time every day.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I always think of like a system. If you can do something on a schedule, on a system. Like I've been waking up early and not going to the gym, right? I've been like, all right, man, just get up. And then I get up and I'm like, do you really feel like lifting weights this early? And I'm like, of course not. Why don't you go right? And then we'll wait till later.
I look for excuses.
Oh, man.
My
mind is filled with excuses.
Yeah.
I wake up and I go like, you could go work out. Or
you got that script that you almost done.
How much? You so close.
Yeah.
But I had to finish an outline today for a light show, and I was like, you go work out or we can get this in and send it over. You always work out later.
Right.
So then I told I said, hey, we're going to the park today. All right? I'm going to take you on this bike. It's like, I got to chase you on this bike.
Yeah.
I just have to. That's my only way I can do
work
this.
out.
Yeah.
She can ride. She's
She had the training wheels.
Yeah,
but we used to go to the park every morning at 8. She got sick. Then it got cold. And then I was like, then I had family coming out of town, and it ruined everything. It was like, damn, man, we had a good schedule. Yeah. Right. And now I'm like, I can't get back to it.
Yeah.
Because now in the mornings it's cold by 8. You know
Right.
what I mean? So I'm like, I got to wait till 10. Then I got to get some work done. And all the other bullshit comes in, you know? And every other excuse, I'm just like, please, fill me with more excuses.
Yeah. I love when I have clients. I'm like, I was going to work out today, but I got clients coming in for 12 hours. So I got to babysit them. You know how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
And,
what do I look like working out while they're here?
and convenient food is a problem.
Convenient food?
Like if it was...
What's
like,
convenient around here? You're not in a convenient...
food? Like when this food is accessible, like cookies and brownies. It's like really quick.
But
versus,
you're like, you have to go to the store and get those.
Yeah.
Like, it's different when it's like a fast food thing.
Sure.
I get. You're in your car.
Sure. That's convenient, though.
The cookies, I'm like, you actually have to get out and go get those.
Right.
That's not convenient.
It's very convenient.
You're looking for cookies then.
As in, we've been here all day.
If you're on like a set or something.
Right.
Oh, that's
Right.
Oh yeah.
And you like
that's
you like
super different.
Yeah.
I get that. Oh, that's awful.
And you know, it's no eggs or salads ready to go.
Yeah, I have to like raid the fruit when I'm on set. I gotta be like, just give me another pear.
Pear?
Yeah.
Give me a
And my
pear
man
of
would always
pears.
bring these brown pears, and he'd be like, I got your brown pears over here. So just keep them coming.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, bro, I'm like, I'm not trying to get these muffins and these goddamn bagels and
Yeah.
these donuts I got over here.
And they bite sized too.
Yeah, give me that.
Just throw them mugs in. What you eat,
They
man?
have the packet muffins. It's 4 little muffins in one. I'm like, damn.
Yo,
the little blueberry one?
the little cube brownies. Because it tricks you. Because you be like, this one little brownie is not going to
This ain't
change
gonna kill me.
my diet.
Yeah.
Here we go. You be like, you walk away, you be like, that shit
Two-
was fire.
2 little brownies aren't gonna kill
that
my
shit was
diet.
fire. Hey, who ate the top row of the brownies, man?
Who did it?
I'm in the bathroom like, I'm sorry.
Being on set makes you gain weight, bro.
Yeah.
Unless you just have a strict, like, I gotta go work out this time, which I don't. It's impossible.
This is my goal. You ready for it?
Yeah.
When I have my own set, my food is not going to be with the other food.
I feel you.
It's going to be like, don't touch Deion Lack's extremely healthy foods. And then I'm going to hire a PA to be like, Deion, get away from here.
You're gonna fire that PA.
You know whose show this is? You know whose show this
Hey, I
is?
just gotta get a cookie, Mr. Lack. Hey, I'm just gonna grab a cookie. Mr. Lack, you
Huh?
told me not to let you do it. I just trying to do my job.
You're never going to be nothing
I
like
just had a kid. I just had a child. It went in my mouth.
Got that right. Now put that brownie in my mouth.
Why you told me not to? I just want to keep my job. I got a newborn.
You specifically told me to stay here and stop you from eating.
You're fired. You told me even if you fire me to not let you have a cookie.
You told me if you fire me, don't.
You just said keep saying it.
You said be persistent because
I'm gonna call the police for trespassing. You told me even if you call the police, call them trespassing, and not let you have a cookie. Extreme.
Like come out there like that Incredible Hulk, like, where am I? He's like,
What happened?
he's like,
Everybody's dead around. So many bodies. Covered in blood.
what happened?
The police are there, Mr. Lack. Why am I naked?
Where did these purple pants come from?
What happened? There's a hole in the wall. What happened?
You were persistent on getting those dumplings.
I had to show you the video camera.
Just eating people. And then I gotta attack the camera like this, like. At the last minute, I climb up the wall. This is where we lost feed.
And we found you here in the warehouse. You're here in the Twinkie warehouse with dead bodies around. You killed everybody here and ate all the Twinkies, sir. I don't remember anything. I was on set. I said action. I went for a... I went for a cookie. Kill the cops. Oh, so
God. I love the found footage.
Mr. Lack, this is disturbing.
Hell, you gotta have a towel over me, drinking some coffee. What? Wait, what happened? No.
We have video footage of your children. Daddy, if you're out there, please just come home. Stop killing everybody.
No. How long has this been?
For treats. You've been missing for 3 months.
three. What? No.
Yes, sir.
I was supposed to shoot Transformers 6. No.
Yeah. Michael Bay went back and ruined it. He made another stinker.
Oh, God,
so we thank you for that also, sir. That's also why you're getting arrested, because you let Michael Bay do another one. And then he did another Ninja Turtles. But he won't do Bad Boys 3.
Oh, man. I'm sweating.
That's funny.
That's a funny bit. Yeah, all because I'm
all true stories.
of me trying to not eat sweets.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I don't know where we were doing before that great tangent.
Yeah, it was pretty much what I want to hire when I have my own set. I'm gonna have my own designated.
Also, so the thing with me, so when me and Yo first got together, we bonded over losing weight and all that good stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And then our household, this is where it got divided. Our household, because before when I was just living with Tony, I was fasting so often I hardly bought food.
Yeah,
like hardly bought food, and if I did, it was like the salad stuff. So when me and Yo got together, we had a keto household.
Yeah.
When she got pregnant, it all went out the door.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been the same since.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, man, we got to get back to having the house. Like, we got to be on one accord. Like,
sure.
I'm like, there's bread there, there's candy there, there's like all kind of, I'm like, we got regular tortillas. You know what I mean? Right. I'm like, there's all kind of like stuff that doesn't fit our household or the lifestyle we want.
Yeah.
Because you can't just have that shit sitting there.
100%.
So,
and the problem is like it's a crack house.
Yeah.
And you got crack everywhere.
Right.
And now you're telling yourself, like, we got to throw away this crack.
And
I paid for this
crack. I don't sell the crack. I do the crack.
Right.
Right? There's one thing about the crack house and I'm selling crack, but I'm smoking this crack in the crack
supply.
house. Yeah.
And then some people tell you, like, you got to throw it out of the way, man. Yeah. You're like, I bought this.
Yeah.
Or
and I'll throw food away.
Yeah?
I have to. Because I can't just be like, well, just let me eat it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that takes away the whole point.
Right.
Let me just eat all this, and then once it's gone, we'll start. Like, no, you got to start today. You got to throw that shit away.
I'm always lying to myself by saying, you know what? I'm going to give it to somebody else.
Yeah.
Because somebody needs this.
Nobody needs your Cheetos.
Right. They need this because they'll have nothing.
Yeah.
So let me keep it around. If somebody's really hungry, they can snack on this.
Right.
You know, I mean, you know.
No, like you have a whole death trap up there.
I did not buy that.
But the point is, when I was like, let me just get this coffee. Because I had an acai bowl today, right?
Okay.
With peanut butter and strawberries and bananas and granola. Which is
that's a phenomenal bowl.
It was great. It was a great bowl. And then $10, a good size too. You know what I mean? Because the giant size was 14. And I was like, I'm not doing that.
$10.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Healthy foods ain't cheaps.
Yep. Well, you gotta look at it like this. Healthy foods is at its exact price. Mm-hmm. The problem is bad foods
so cheap.
Are cheap.
So cheap.
But we got raised off of cheap food.
You go to McDonald's, you be like, here's 3 egg McMuffins for $2. You be like, 3 for 2?
Yeah.
$1.50 each?
Yeah.
Give me 10.
Yeah.
How can I not get 10 of them?
I'll tell you something, man. Burger King right now has delivered coupons to my address, my residence. That I don't know why I said that. That had 6 burgers, 6 fries for $14. Like Whoppers, not like the tiny children. Like, y'all purposely doing this.
Yeah.
to be like, hey,
Why y'all trying to kill us? Why y'all trying to kill your supply source?
it's a business.
Like
It's a business.
you
They
can't
know
kill me. I have to come back to you.
It's more y'all.
We got another one.
They using you as the supplier.
Yeah.
You giving this to other people. Hey, you got this new Burger King spot.
Burger King. I bought burgers for everybody.
Where'd you get this from? Burger King.
Yeah,
You
they kill
did,
it.
but now they now they're the,
And now they're bringing up a whole family of burger eaters.
yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, man. I wouldn't be surprised if it was an addicting chemical in fast foods for you to be like,
Hell
but
yes.
it's good.
Bro, there's no way McDonald's. Like I thought about today about getting. That's why I went to that side bowl because I thought about getting Egg McMuffins before I came here, and I was gonna hit Dion. Like, let me see Dion want these Egg McMuffins, and then I was like, no, we're not doing Egg McMuffins, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not doing this today.
Yeah.
You know, we have to at least lose 10 pounds for you to get a treat.
Let me tell you something, man. Me, Chaz, and BT Kingley had a bet back in October.
And Ryan Loomis.
And Ryan Loomis.
Yeah,
Back in
October.
was October? No, it was way before
yeah,
that.
It was like September, August,
Yeah.
somewhere around
It was
there.
at the visual thing. The courthouse. The courthouse
So
thing.
that was August something.
Yeah. It was like by October 1st, which is before your birthday or something, right?
That's my birthday.
That is your birthday. We gonna see who loses the most weight.
Yeah.
That came.
Tell them who won.
What?
Yeah, nobody won.
Yeah, nobody won because we was
Nobody.
like, we all been up.
And we try to redo it.
Yep. Beginning of the year. We can go to the beginning of the year. Nobody said nothing.
Yeah, that group chat is bare.
We are trash. We try to bond with our glucose. We try to bond with our stretch marks. And we
try to get
chime
close
in.
with our glucose. Yeah, it was awful. I've been up and down so much. Christmas, that whole holiday, that whole month of December ruined everything. We were grinding, ruined everything. Everything. Hate holidays.
Desserts are 100% peer pressure, and I fall for it every time.
Bro, it was so much cheesecake and
What are
sweet
you-
potato
What are
pies.
you,
and
chicken? All right, man, just one.
I'm a whole pie eater. I'm not a.
Really? You know how to slice?
I know. First of all, I'm gonna start in the middle.
So nobody else can get it?
Yeah, this is mine. We all pie it.
Where's y'all pie? You go right in the middle?
Yeah, I start.
Okay.
Cheesecakes, pies. I'm in the middle. First one, I just think it's funny.
Cheesecake.
I just think it's funny to be the guy to start in the middle, and everybody's
yeah.
like,
What are
That's-
you doing, man? Yeah, what are you doing, Chad?
So that just makes me laugh in general.
Yeah.
How mad would you be if you went and got a pie? It's just the center's cut out.
Yeah. All the sinners. I was like, hey, what happened? Did y'all cook it like this? It feels a perfectly circle.
And I'm just eating a round piece. That just makes me laugh. That's
Yes.
one of those evil, diabolical things
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I go like, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it's my man, I've definitely had whole pies, or I won't slice it. I just start eating it, and then I'll leave some. You
Right from the source.
what animal got in here? What happened?
I'm a fan of the little cheesecake bites.
Yeah.
The assorted ones, which is in the refrigerator right now, which I should have brought out last
you
night.
should not have.
I should have brought it out.
Told me
last
they were
night.
in there.
Man,
I'm like, just one little cheesecake bite can't hurt me.
Dude,
Twila
I was-
Dion, I killed him. What happened? How did I murder him?
Yeah, and I thought that the different ones gonna have like the same taste but just different topping. I'm just noticing like, oh, this one has a brownie crust with a thing on top, and then this one has the original with the little raspberry spin on the top of it. And I was like, oh, all these have different sort of and I'm throwing them in like, this one go good with regular coffee. This one go good with ice cream.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm down the rabbit hole.
Yeah,
And I had to tuck that mug way down the refrigerator, which I could have stowed away.
You just gotta throw it out and then
gotta
go
throw it away.
shower naked. You just gotta throw it out, like you have to. You
have
gotta be
to,
like,
man.
gotta get this out of here, bro. And then just go on a walk. I can't run anymore because my knees off.
Yeah?
So I just gotta
Yeah,
like,
my knees acting up too, man.
yeah, my knees so bad. So anyways, I just gotta like going up the steps. I'm like Jesus, but yeah, I just gotta like go off a walk. You know what I mean? A nice long one.
Yeah.
Try to get my 10,000 steps in between. I'm trying to get 12,000 before 12.
Ooh,
That's the goal now.
4,000 steps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where you at right now?
Oh, well, today don't count.
Hello.
The other days, and then I lost my little Fitbit thing broke, you know? So I haven't been able to keep track, but my
You
phone
could have
would
definitely
keep
lied
track.
to me. I did it at 4 a.m.
Now I'm going to lie to you, the people. But, yeah, that's the new goal, 12 by 12. Because I was doing 10 by 10. Mm-hmm. And I was like, go 12 by 12.
Yeah.
You can do it.
I like that.
Yeah, so that's the new goal. So I try to get up and go get it.
If somebody told you that you are a huge inspiration to them, for something that you're not doing, would you stay with that? Would you be like, "Thank you, man"? Or would you be like, "Hey, I don't do any of that"?
Like, you gotta give me an example.
They'd be like, "Hey, man, when you wrote, when you posted that video, when you said you don't procrastinate no more, man, and because of that video, I found myself working out 6 times a day."
I really posted a video. I just been
I know.
bullshitting though. No, I'm asking.
No, I see some. I see what your caption said.
Oh, okay.
So
No. So I'm asking though. I'm still procrastinating though.
Yeah.
Like in real life.
Yeah.
But in the scenario.
Yeah, but you're giving to people how to not procrastinate.
But meanwhile,
Would you be like, "Hey, to be honest with you, man," or would you be like, "You know what, man? You inspired me to not be this." What would you do? How would you handle that?
now I would say I'm glad that inspires you. You know, when I write these things, when I think I'm really just talking to myself, you know, and I just want to help us. We all need to help each other. If you're inspired, that inspires me to be inspired.
Wait. So you're still procrastinating? I have you in my memoir. I dedicated the book to you.
Is the book already published?
Please.
Well, you can't go backwards.
Can you redact that, please?
No, you know, you ever watch a movie and be motivated?
Yes.
Same thing.
So what? You
Same
would
thing.
you just like don't
You got what you were supposed to get. Changed your life. You got what you're supposed to get.
but you would tell them that I'm not that person.
No, I definitely wouldn't say that. I was just like, yeah, man, we're on
So
this
you
fight
living a
together.
lie?
Yes.
You literally say I don't lie to people no more. I don't like lies to people.
No, I'm lying to myself. But if somebody had already said you inspired me, I can't be like, hey, man, everything I just told you. What are you doing?
No, I mean not to say
I gotta
that.
be like, yeah, man, keep it going. It's
Yeah.
a struggle, but you gotta find it deep inside you, and then maybe I'll go to the gym. That's hilarious. Though.
Yeah.
That's a hilarious. You're a great inspiration. I'm sitting there eating cheesecake bites. Yeah, you caught me at a wrong time. You're so disciplined.
It's like when that dude Derek Jackson had wrote that book about how to stay faithful to your woman, and then
I didn't even know who that dude was, but I remember like all the memes were coming out that he cheated on his girl. Why was she in that bonnet? What?
well, because I don't know that there's no story behind that.
I was like, she just say, hey, wake up real quick, come here.
I feel like they got into a serious argument, and then he was like, "We have to get ahead of this." It's like my hair's not done. Just put a goddamn bonnet on, man. We got to get this out because we're getting chewed up online.
You're getting chewed up online.
And I feel like it was like she knows about it. She knew about the situation. I feel like that he had to kind of like get ahead of it.
Yeah, bro, you can't. Man, people will sell a lifestyle they can't keep up with. You know what I mean?
It was a woman who was a vegan, and she got caught in like Paris eating some meat, and it's just like, yo, you have like, you remember the story? Twas with that story?
She was a raw food, like fruits and veggies only.
She was a raw food vegan.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And
Raw fruits and
her name was like Ravana.
Ravana, folks. I
And
know
she
y'all
got
can't hear
caught
her.
in Mexico eating like fish or something.
Uh-huh.
And it was a medical reason, like she had to stop eating just fruits and veggies for health reasons. But like somebody reported her eating.
Yeah.
So she had to
You gotta
stop
repeat it
eating.
because they can't hear you. You gotta
Yeah,
repeat
she
it.
had to stop eating fruits and vegetables because for medical reasons. Because I guess you can't just live off of fruits and vegetables. So she got caught
For
eating
her,
fish.
She was like deficient with some stuff.
Yeah.
And so the doctor was like, you need to start back. But she had built up like this huge following.
Right. Because being a vegan, she built up a huge following.
And she'll have health recipes.
And then she was a fraud eating fish.
Yeah.
Fish shouldn't even count as meat.
But would you, since 12's not on camera, Mike, since you're on the mic, would you in her situation, would you tell the people like, hey, y'all, for medical reasons, I have to stop doing this, so I'm not, or would you try to like do what she did?
Yeah, I would be like, hey guys, this is why. I feel you guys. I understand why you're upset. I get it.
No, before she got caught.
Oh, would you
Not
come out and say?
after.
Oh, yeah, probably.
You would tell the people like, hey, y'all, for medical reasons, I have to stop eating raw.
It goes against everything I want, but I gotta live for my. You gotta just bring the family for my children. I gotta live for my children. I have to. I saw this movie 355 last night.
355.
Yeah, it's about.
I've heard about
a woman, all female spy espionage movie.
Okay.
And I liked it. I enjoy. I don't like when you look over like that. I feel like someone's about to kill me.
No, I'm looking at the production.
You just look right behind me like
Somebody
because your eye, one eye got. Not chance.
Please not him.
Well, it was an all-female espionage movie, different nationalities. They had the Latinas represented, American, African was Lupita, even though she was in England when they found her in the movie. An Asian lady, I didn't know her name. She was Chinese in the movie, but who really knows? So Yo got mad. This is what's funny about having a Latino wife. Okay, Yo got mad because it was Penelope Cruz who acted her ass off. She was great.
But she's from Spain, right?
She's from Spain.
But she portrayed her as Mexican.
As a Colombian.
Oh.
So Yo was like, where's her accent? And I was like, what do you mean? She has a strong accent.
But you didn't know that, did you?
Of course not.
Right.
I hear her Spanish accent.
Yeah.
So Yo was like, no, that's a Spanish accent. Where's her Colombian accent? And I started laughing. I was like, you're so silly.
Yeah.
This is for dumb, ignorant Americans like me. Not for
Right.
cultured
That's
people
funny.
like yourself.
That's how people felt about Black Panther. Because everybody had different African accents.
But I think they were supposed to. I think that was the point
Really?
of that movie.
Yeah.
Because I think they all had took different things from Africa
Oh.
to make it one thing. I don't think everybody was supposed to have a Wakandan accent.
Well, it was. I think people was like, what is that? That doesn't even sound like an African accent.
Yeah.
But we, the dumb Americans, like, I don't hear a problem.
It's not a
with
movie for Africans.
it. Right.
It's not for you guys.
Yeah,
it's
they
for
said the same-
dumb
they said-
Americans who don't know the difference.
They said the same thing about Coming to America. They were just like, what is this accent? And we was like, we fine with Eddie Murphy's accent.
It was great.
Yeah.
I thought that's how all Africans sound.
Right. Right.
Will Smith movie?
The Will Smith, concussion. Africans didn't like concussion.
Tell the truth.
Yeah.
Tell the truth. The truth. Tell
So
the
that's
truth.
so Twills is an African. How you call you? Her parents is African.
Oh, your parents are African?
My dad.
So-
African American.
But how do
You're
you
a
say,
real African American.
How do you say she's of an African descent?
She's an African
parent.
descent. Are you a first generation immigrant? Well, you're not an immigrant.
My dad is
Your father is.
Yeah.
So you're first generation
on his side.
here on your father's side.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you're not really first generation, but you're kind of.
Right. I'm half.
You're half of
African.
what?
African.
African.
I love that.
What
She's
nationality?
Cameroonian.
Cameroonian.
So did you feel like that when you watched Black Panther? Were you like, oh my god, this is not how
I
we
mean, I
talk?
can hear the accents, but I'm also like, I was in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you speak Cameroonian?
No.
I don't know what the language. Africa's
My dad's language would be Inwe.
Inway.
Anyway.
Inway.
Nobody
Anyway.
Anyway,
That's
nobody
hilarious.
talking about that. Nobody don't talk about that.
Anyway.
I don't speak that. I can hear pidgin English,
Pigeon English.
the broken English where they be like, now what's the?
Oh, okay.
I can hear it.
I don't know any. I'm so un-African. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like I have a shame about me that comes around with how much I don't know.
Real Africans look at me like this, like,
Yeah,
you're not the original black man.
I'm
But
not.
for my birthday, I bought in like catered African food. for my
That's
friends
dope.
to have.
Uh huh.
And that was a dope experience because it was like, I'm sharing my culture with you guys.
Right.
To see, like,
See, I was just talking about how I'm jealous of. I was just saying this on the live the other day. I was jealous of different cultures, especially African cultures,
Right.
who have different foods. You know Baleko,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Baleko is Congan. Congan from the Congo.
Okay.
I think it's Congan.
Okay.
And he was like, he was saying like they had a thing, you know what I mean? And I was like, man, like we don't have the language, the food. They have the whole communities who help. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like there's whole communities,
Money and stuff. And,
Yeah, and I was like, damn, man, this is hard being black. right?
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, we gotta watch out for us and the others.
right. I want to know how they feel about us though, for real. Like
They love
Africans.
us, right?
No, really? Why?
Why wouldn't they?
Imagine if you're
Why wouldn't Africans love us?
because we're not state. We didn't go back. We have the option to
Go
back.
back.
Yeah, we have the option of going back.
They never came to get us. Not, who was like, we came looking for y'all, but y'all, who came?
Yeah, well,
There was
nobody-
never one
Yeah.
African
Because, you know
Pierre or something, because they all have
Yeah,
these
yeah,
French names.
Pierre's name.
Who said, I came back and rescued. There was no Harriet Tubman of Africans that say we came back and got all these people
They
back to
had
Africa.
boats, man. They had canoes.
They had boats.
Like, man, it's like, hey, we gotta go back. My arms.
Nobody
hurt.
made a plan. Nobody was like, hey, man, let's go build some boats to get our people back. Nobody came for us.
Because they kept coming back to kill us. It's like, because the thing is, it wasn't the internet. They kept saying, "Man, it's paradise over there." They came, they
true.
took us, and then went to Africa. Went to America, and they was like, "Yo, your friends over there are loving it. Y'all want to come?"
There was a time, dog. What year was it when they were like, hey, you know they made slaves? And nobody was like, they did what? Oh, hell no. That was the blow dart. Nobody said like, yo, let's go get our people back.
because they thought they were having the time of their life.
After you knew what would happen, nobody came.
But at this point, I would love to make a sketch of the what moment of, because I'm sure they sold it as, we're about to take you guys to paradise.
Here's the thing though. Didn't they take them to the boats and chains? What part of paradise was that?
Oh, really? They chained them up.
Yeah, they were like in nets and tied up
Oh,
and chained them all down.
I thought they sold the idea of.
You thought everybody just got on the boat willingly?
Yes.
And they were giving people lays.
As in, like, we go. Giving them legs?
Here's your pina colada.
He was like, "Told you, sweetheart, your boy's gonna take care of you
That's
today."
how Caribbean cruises got started. They were going to the Caribbean as a slave
Imagine
boats.
A deadbeat husband has never did anything for his wife. He figured this is his one Valentine's gift he can give his girl. He's like,
Is this a free cruise? You want to go or not?
Tell you, baby, this right here is gonna change our lives forever. You gonna love this new world.
America.
And she's like, "Why are we in the belly of the boat?"
There's a lot of people. No, they were in the. I think they were in like those areas chained up, walking to the boats. None of it
man.
looked like. You had to be the guy like, no man, you guys are gonna love it, and everybody's changed like, oh.
Yeah.
You said.
I think I'm mixing up the actual history with one of Michael Blackson's sketches. Cause he had a sketch, I think, yeah. He had a sketch of
I like how Michael Black says you're an African historian. But Michael Blackson said his name is Michael Blackson.
it's a pun off of Michael Jackson, man. Why would you
Michael
think
Blackson? Because he's African. He's from Philly. Yeah? You from Philly? Yes.
Oh God. Yeah, I really forgot that it was a sketch of him. Like, they sold the idea of this is a cruise ship.
You're hilarious.
We're taking. I really thought, we're gonna move on. I really thought white people sold the idea of, we're gonna give you guys work. Like, we're gonna give you guys new opportunities.
Give them
and
work
jobs.
all right. All the work they can handle. I wrote it. I have it's a template, but I need to actually not a template. It's an outline. But I have a story about a guy who went back from his son. He finds out his son got taken from one of the countries. I think I made it in Senegal, and then so he like does all this stuff, of course, to find and gets his son back and brings him back to Africa. Because I figured one person would go back, right?
Yeah. But you keep saying go back. It's not like
Come back.
Chicago
Come get me.
to Columbus.
I don't care how far it is. If somebody took your daughter, Taken style, right?
Sure.
How far would you go to figure it out? I mean, here's the thing, too. Understand, the thing about Taken, I'm like, everybody would want to do that.
Right.
But my resources are so limited.
Yes.
Because once you get into, like, the black market, I'm like, oh, I don't know how to. Where do I? Excuse me. Do you guys know where they had pedophiles?
Right. That's funny. And
You can't just knock on the door.
1742.
Yeah.
You're not just gonna find a boat.
Yeah.
And the climate is different. You can't say, "Hey, Mr. White Man, I'm a black man, and I need you to take me to where everybody got to be taking other white people."
If you know the charter company, like if he's smart and he knew the charter company, like he could
Yeah, that's
She
what happens in
said.
mine.
She said if the black guy who was looking for his daughter was smart enough, he could go to the charter.
They had
company.
slave logs, you know? They
that?
had like logs of like where they stopped, how many slaves they dropped off, stuff like that.
Mm.
It wasn't that hard. You guys didn't come. You guys show if there's one African out there, Kwame Oro, if you're watching this, you tell your people, I think Kwame was from, he told me, what is that? Not the Congo. Hold on, Kwame is from, damn it, Kwame, I'm going to get this wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You told me in a lie where you were
You
from.
really from Africa?
Yeah. He told me the country is from. Name some countries. Come on.
Something, dude. I am trash.
Name up. There's like 18 of
Ethiopia?
20, 30. It's not from Ethiopia. It's not Egypt.
South Africa.
It's not South Africa.
Nigeria.
Nope.
Cameroonian.
Nope.
Cameron.
Not that one.
Cameroon.
The Camerons.
The Camerons.
Uh-huh.
Etrian.
No, not Etrian.
Um,
Not Senegalese. Not Senegalese. Senegalese.
Saudi Arabia.
That is not Africa.
That's not Africa.
Mm-mm.
No.
Nope. You know, you never meet any Africans from Chad.
Really?
Yeah, I've never met an African from Chad. It'd be all different countries. I'm like, where? Nobody from
It's probably like a lot of sand.
Chad.
Desert.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think
Libya. I don't know any Libyans.
Yeah, nobody. This is a lot of like specific African. When you hear people like, yeah, I'm from, and it's always those
coast.
big ones.
Yeah. I always hit the coast. I know, like,
Egypt.
well, yeah. Well, not that one, though. But that's pretty much like Middle East.
But I
ain't it,
never
too?
heard nobody say that.
What,
And they're
Egypt?
like.
You never met Egyptians?
Yeah, but not this color.
Oh.
They're mostly white.
Sand color. Oh. The white color. I know the brown ones. Like Ethiopians and Egyptians I've met. Beautiful people. My God, beautiful people.
You said your God is a beautiful.
No, I said, well, yeah. But I'm talking about the Egyptian and Ethiopians are beautiful people.
Right.
Gorgeous
Yeah.
people. Even the dudes.
Absolutely. I
y'all some
agree. 6 packs.
I still trying to remember. I just said all that to remember Kwame's country. And I
Um,
but anyways, you tell your people they ain't come for us.
Let me ask you this though.
Somebody come get me.
About Africa. I had a discussion with Twills and her peoples, and they clowned me for this. So,
Was it her and her African peoples?
No, just her friends. Cause they teamed up on me, and I don't like this.
Okay.
So
Let's defend Dion.
over
guys.
here,
Uh-huh.
in
the
we
States?
have in the States, we have Martin Luther King, we have Malcolm X, George Washington Carver. You know, all of our Black history, our trauma,
W.E.B. Du Bois.
Emmett Till, blackface, all this black stuff, right? If somebody from Africa or Asia comes over here, well, they already had their own history. They come over here and they wear blackface. Is that considered racist for them?
What do you mean? If it's considered racist for them?
For
like,
them, they don't understand that. They're like, why don't you know this? Like, dude, we didn't grow up in the same sort
Yeah.
of problems y'all had.
Right.
And if somebody they say, I don't know who Malcolm X is, like, why don't you know? Like, because
Yeah,
we have a Malcolm X over here.
Yeah, I can't get mad at you for not knowing.
Right. So when I told them, I said, I get how people from overseas do blackface and they come over here because they didn't have that history. No one's gonna say, hey, before you do that, make sure you don't put blackface on.
Yeah, if I'm an Asian person who's not around black people and I get around black people and I come around blackface, I probably think it's hilarious.
Right.
I probably like, I'm gonna kill him. And I can see this shit coming.
I want to be Beyonce for Christmas. And then it's like,
And
yo,
then
you can't do that. It's like, why? It's racist. Tell me why. I don't know y'all history.
We all dress up like blackface over there.
Right.
We do it all the time. We do it every day.
And then in their history, it could be something like, hey, red hats is a culture that you can't do that because that is from Saint so-and-so. That means I hate puppies.
Okay.
It's like, what? Wait, what? Why? No, you trust me. If you come to America, you can't wear red hats.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They have different histories.
Right.
So
I get that.
History and European imperialism touched every continent. So
White history and imperialism touch every continent. Yeah, but not black history. Black history barely touched our own continent.
Like, there's forms of oppression that has touched everywhere and impacted everywhere, and like across the board. So I think when in that argument, people are like, yeah, but people know what oppression is like because there's also like yellowface and things like that in their own countries, like the things that they sell.
Here's the thing.
gotta repeat it.
Here's the thing, though. I think this is fucked up. Okay. Blackface, yellowface, quote unquote Jew face. It's all hilarious to me. Okay, it's all very fun. I remember I saw what's the one comedian who was doing impressions of Charles Barkley and Shaq, and he was blackface and he was bald and he sounded like that. Frank Caliendo, remember him?
No.
He was I think Frank was on. He did an impression of everybody. And when I first saw it, I said, "Hey man, hey that's hilarious."
Yeah.
because he looked like Charles Barkley
Right.
and he said it. And now he won't do the faces. I mean the
Yeah,
black face, but then he did.
Yeah.
I wasn't mad at him because it was good and it was funny and it made me laugh.
You know what'd be funny? If there was a guy was great impressions of a blackface person.
Yeah.
They had colored their whole entire body except their except their face. So you'll see the trim around their head. And it was like,
So he's
hey.
out in a basketball game all black with a white face. He's like,
I'll let y'all know I'm good at this shit.
You can't black body. Why not? Why said I can't black body? You said I can't black face. Why can't I black body?
Like you could have just had the jersey on. Like, hey man, I need to commit to this impression.
No, there's my sense and taste of comedy. That should apply to my sense of comedy. It does not. Blackface doesn't offend me unless your joke sucks.
Right.
Unless it's not funny.
Yeah.
But people go.
Ignorance is very funny.
But people go, blackface is never funny. I'm like, it's not true.
Yeah, I can find it funny.
Those things have made me laugh, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Right? In one form or another. I go like, it's very rare that I've seen something that's not like. Do you ever see Sarah Silverman's blackface sketch? It's first off, it's an entire 30 minutes of no jokes. It's just like, I want a blackface. Oh, people are treating me like a black person. And it wasn't like filled with jokes or that's funny or here's a take. You know what I mean? It was just her being like, and then later on, she couldn't do a movie because people refound it, of course, and they put her on blast. And she's like, well, now I'm getting, blackballed from stuff. And I was like, don't feel bad now because you did it.
Yeah.
And you caught the benefits of it because it made you huge
Right.
because you were controversial.
Right.
You can go, you can tour and do stand up everywhere and make money.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm
Yeah.
like, you got exactly what you wanted
Got
from
what you
it.
wanted.
Exactly. So I was just like, your sketch just wasn't funny. Had you went back on it, like no matter what, when Dave Chappelle does Clayton Bigsby, I mean,
The white Klansman.
no, not even that. Chappelle would do his reporter who was white, right? He like no matter what, any character he did as a white person is going to be funny,
Right.
because it was funny.
Yeah.
It had jokes. He had a point. It was funny. If you do it the right way, I'm always gonna give you a pass and be like, "Hey man, that was funny."
Did that.
Now I hope you had some black people in the room. Sarah Silverman couldn't have had a single black person on staff
Right.
with her because somebody would have been like, "Don't do that."
I had
Have consult black people or whatever race you want to be.
somebody said, hey, an editor, like, hey, let you know this might be controversial. Like, get somebody heads up.
Yeah.
I had an idea of a clever version of how to do blackface. Like, I like the ignorance or a struggle. Like, imagine if a person was holding a baby in their hand, and it's like, hey, we have to figure out whose baby this is. And it was like, all right, and then somebody dumps their face into like a chocolate cake, and now their face is black.
Okay.
And now they're like, yo, what? And it's like, hey, that guy over there's blackface. And it's like, no, I'm not. He can't wipe it off because he got a baby in his hand. It's like, hey, that white guy over there's baby face. No, I'm not. Trust me. See, that's a funny way of getting past me for like
Blackface.
He didn't do it on purpose. Like his face is kind of went into a chocolate cake. He can't put the baby down, and he's like, "Oh God, oh." And
Somebody hold my child. I'll wipe this off.
That's not my baby. Hey, I'm not holding that racist baby.
The baby's blackface. They both fell in that chocolate cake. Hey, the baby's blackface. Start him young, huh?
And his lips got cherries on them, so it looks like that cherry red lipstick.
That big old the Sambo cartoon.
White people was like, the funny thing, they was like, we're not funny, man. But you know who is funny?
Niggas.
Black people.
We just do everything they do,
Like they who
but not
thought of
let
that?
them perform.
Who thought of that? Let's make them look weird too.
But they were like, well, we need black people, but black people aren't allowed to perform, so we'll just do it. But also, it used to be like that with women. That's why guys dress up like women way back in the day. You
So
know?
why isn't that illegal? Why isn't that a controversial thing?
Well, men dressing like women?
Like, 'cause why is it when men dress up like women, that's not a problem? They be like, hey, that's like it should be the same as blackface.
I don't know if this is true. I had read a long time ago that like Shakespeare plays were just guys. So like Romeo and Juliet was performed by two dudes.
Wow.
That's what I read. I don't know how true it is, but it is true. Yeah, there you go. I'm cultured. But it was like a big thing of like women weren't allowed to perform, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? We don't want to hear their voices.
Wow.
Which is just the best form of ignorance.
Right.
But yeah. So even now, it was a big deal. Why, like, and also, hey, I still find it funny. I haven't seen it in a long time when guys don't really dress up like women anymore. I guess it's cliche. It's been done for hundreds of years,
Right.
but
why isn't that? Why women ain't loud enough by saying, "Hey, this is offensive," like it is with blackface? Because I'm sure they did stuff like "who," like they did like a bunch of stereotypes.
Well,
like,
hey, remember people
I'm
trying
horny.
to.
My stomach hurt. My titties hurt.
I
They
have
did
the
something
blood
that was-
cycle.
I can't do it because my cycles hurt.
And then
they was
everybody-
like, yo, that's offensive. And it's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
And then that should be offensive.
We'll stone you. This is our time. No, remember people tried to cancel the Wayans brothers years after White Chicks came out.
Cancel them.
Yeah, that was like
Because
a
of
big
what?
thing because of White Chicks.
But what's the controversial?
That they were dressing as white women. They were doing the White Chicks. They was like, that's offensive because if it was Black chicks, you people would be outraged.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, but it's not. And they got away with it pretty much unscathed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the movie was hilarious.
I tell you somebody who got unscathed
Oh.
and damn near got an Oscar for it.
Oh, Robert Downey Jr.?
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah. But we with Robert. Bro, we you
Yeah, but that was
with Robert Downey Jr., bro.
before Iron Man, wasn't it?
But still, black people be like, Robert Downey Jr. was getting caught on drugs and coming back and that talented dude. Black people, there's certain people we like. Like, did you ever see this? Would you agree that black people like Will Ferrell?
Yeah.
Okay, so there was this hour special that Will Ferrell did some years ago as George Bush. Okay, on HBO, I think it was. And so he's doing a one-man show as George Bush. So in there, he's talking about the different countries of Africa, and he said, not Niger or whatever, but he says as George Bush. Now I go, if that wasn't Will Ferrell,
Right.
if it was somebody else who black people didn't really like, and I don't know how many black people actually watched it, you know what I mean? But I'm like, that's a big deal. But I'm like,
Right.
Will Ferrell did a sketch where he said, you know what I mean?
Right.
Did it offend me? No.
Right.
I go, because with George Bush saying an accident, absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right? Has he probably done it? But I was like, there was a joke behind it,
Yeah.
and his intent, and no malice in the intent.
Right.
I get that. Also, he probably said, this is too funny for me not to do.
Yeah.
Which I've been a victim of that.
Is Niger a country?
Yeah, Niger.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No,
There's a-
1G.
There's a Niger.
I thought you said Niggr.
No, Niger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do a whole sketch on that, like a white person keep saying Niger.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of Nigerians,
Yeah.
or Niger.
Yeah.
I gotta figure out a way to write it.
Right.
But it's like, and then the black co-star is like,
Hey, man.
"Hey, you using this word a lot. Let me do this segment."
What's the problem?
Um,
Right. So, Robert Downey Jr. doing blackface. I don't think black people really got. Some did, because there's going to be a bunch, but I was like, we're not canceling Robert Downey
right,
Jr.
right.
Actually, I think he did Iron Man already.
You might do one.
Yeah.
I gotta look at the time.
So I remember he was doing an interview like, hey, I just got back, guys. Because I think he said Jamie Foxx wanted him to do a Mexican and something. He was like, yeah, I want you to play. He was like, hey, look, Jamie, I do whatever you want, but I just got like
Just got
back
approved.
in.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like I'm still on the waiver wire, bro. Like, But I'm like, hey, man. And I think I was watching something with Kevin Bacon, and I forgot what the movie was, but he called the dude a movie. And I go, what didn't get a pass? Well, still even, what's his name? Quentin Tarantino.
He writes it.
You're right 1,000 times.
Right. Yeah.
His keyboard is just repeats of edit pace of
I kind of
on
feel
every
like
script.
I kind of feel like
Louis C.K. said it.
yeah, and he's been hanging out with Chris Rock.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like when it comes to Quentin Tarantino, he should say wherever you feel comfortable using the word, use it, versus writing it in the script, unless the punchline is that.
Right.
I kind of feel like, because even F. Gary Gray, he didn't have in Straight Outta Compton at all. He said if you feel it, let it come out organic. I don't want to write it in there now that it's forced.
Right.
Which
is funny.
Right. Because when you write it in there, they're finding it, especially
Right.
white people. Ooh, I get to see it.
Ew.
Yeah. The funny thing is, the funny thing is when it comes to slave movies, they have to cut. So imagine like a real aggressive white person coming at a black person in the movie. Like, I hate your black ass. Cut. Let's get another angle. It's like, you good? Was that too much? Like they have to, unless they like, in this scene, I'm going to come for you.
When you talk to the director, be like, hey, I just feel like he's enjoying this. He's like, he's just a great actor. Ain't nobody that goddamn good of an actor.
That licked my sternum. He said, I hate your little salty ass. Like,
sternum?
Like, that wasn't even a scene. I really think, you know what, you might be right, because he said, I don't need to pay him for this for this film.
Right. I'll do it for free. But
I can't say what?
They're talking about that when like how Leo was like Samuel Jackson was like he was uncomfortable. Samuel Jackson became the coach. Right?
Samuel Jackson, nigga coach?
Yeah, he was like Leonardo DiCaprio wasn't comfortable. It was like I guess Samuel Jackson walked him through it. It's like, let me show you guys.
So here's a fun fact. We're gonna have to wrap it up with this after this because Twilla's giving me that look. There's a fun fact that he was so self-conscious about in Django that he didn't do no movies. You can fact check this. He didn't do no movies with black people in it for like 10 years. Because he was afraid of the repercussions. So if you look at after Django, he was working, but he ain't working with no black people. He was like, I gotta
get the Revenant. This. No black people. What was the other one he did? Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any black people.
He said, I need to get this out. I don't want nobody to say, hey, man, seen Django, bro.
Let me talk to you, Leo. Just want to holler at you.
I believe every bit of that, man.
He was great, though.
Yeah.
I go like, damn it, he was good.
Yeah.
But also, black people, Leo.
Yeah.
We be like, yo, you got to be one of those cats that, like, we mess with.
Who's a white person you be like, I believe you in every movie that you're a villain. Like you're racist.
William Dafoe.
William
got
Dafoe?
that face.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's a great guy.
Yeah.
But he's got that face. He was like, I'd be like, yeah. I'd be like, ah, you're a vibe. He looks like the devil.
Yeah.
All the time.
But he has that. When we'll talk. I'm gonna talk about the next episode. Because I definitely want to get more into it. But yeah, I think. I can't. I see their face. All these white people. I see their faces. But I hate that I don't know their names.
John Goodman would be one.
Really?
Yeah.
He's lovable.
He is lovable, but if he was like, remember Hulk Hogan got caught saying that was like so hurt?
Right. It's like my hero.
Yeah, Hulkster.
Yeah.
I'm one brother.
Yeah.
Right?
The white guy, I can see his face. He was on Breaking Bad in the latter seasons. He's like a oh God, I hate you, dude. He's like he has like this little innocent face, but he's like, oh
yeah.
He's kind of crazy with the red hair.
Yeah.
Him, I always believe him. Like you're really crazy.
Yeah.
Then there's another dude that's on Maze Runner.
No, I think I've seen Maze.
Oh God, is another little white boy, that he typically he always had like tobacco in his mouth and and he's like he always like the new kid on the block, or he kind of disrupts a movie of like, hey, it's like a whole bunch of black kids like, hey, we're playing in water. Who? Will Poulter? You know, that's what I'm talking about.
I think so. He just got that fake.
Yep, Will Poulter. Show Chaz. You know exactly what movie he's in.
He just got that.
Oh yeah, no, he's a cool cat. He was in that movie with he was like a young teenage kid. What's that dude from?
Always hating black.
Jason. Yeah, we're the Millers. Jason Sudeikis and Jennifer Aniston. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's always a disruptor. Like we're all having fun. He's like, I'm calling the police.
Yeah, I can see him like, oh, I don't play baseball. What do you mean?
Have you heard of Jackie Robinson? Yeah, that one.
I remember watching The Sandlot, and I was just always waiting for somebody to be like, "Oh, don't play that kid can't play with us."
Yeah,
It
I,
was the
I
one black
realized
kid.
it was like that was like in the 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was based off the
it was
70s?
integrated, but
Integrated.
I think they were in the 60s. Yeah, baseball was integrated.
No,
already,
but
they were
that's
in the 60s.
still a tough time.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
He had no problems, but I guess
Right.
you only saw him playing baseball with the homies. But he was in the pool with them, and I was like,
Yeah.
nah. When you get older,
right.
they want to let him in the pool.
Right. Even in movies, like going back into production, casting black people with white people. That's tough.
Yeah.
To be like, are we here yet? Are we
Right.
here? Can we mish? Like, guess who's coming to dinner? That whole movie is based off of.
Right.
A shout out to rest in peace
Sidney
to
Poitier.
Sidney
Sidney Poitier.
But that's one of the movies of like, man, like that movie is based off of a black man is coming to dinner.
Yeah.
So they had this like, this be a good idea because white people are going to hate this.
Right.
But there's a message to it.
Yeah.
He's not that bad. Like to think of like the first black person to do an interracial sex scene.
Right.
Like a first, like who has to sell that? It's like, I'm telling you, man, this is a market.
I was like, whoa, that'll ruin us. Are you crazy? Yeah.
William Dafoe face. Got that right, I'm crazy. Cause obviously it's a niche now, but the thing about it is like the black guys like, are you sure about this, man? They hang in the South, man, about this. Like, I'm telling you, this is gonna work.
No, it was a big thing. I remember even when that scene with Sidney Poitier slaps a white cop, right? Heat of the Night. Mm-hmm. But there was, I think Nelson Mandela was talking about, they were showing him that movie, but it was cut out. And so then he had to watch it years later and see that. So in South Africa, they cut that scene. They won't let you watch it like that.
Of him slapping the black
Of
guy.
him slapping the white cop.
Wow.
It was like, nah, we can't have these people being inspired.
Right.
Like,
Wow.
are you crazy? Yeah, so they cut that scene. So he said he didn't see it till years later how it was supposed
Wow.
to be. Yeah, ain't that crazy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like-
Oh, so before we wrap up,
Uh-huh.
do you want to? So what I found out is I sent Chaz a screenshot of someone with our same name.
Of,
I haven't
None of the Damn
discussed with
Podcasts.
Chaz, in person. It's called Not Another Damn Podcast. They
Which
are like-
Dion had it first.
we had it first.
We didn't.
We didn't have it first. They don't like season 2. So we want to ask y'all, should we change it to a different name? One of the suggestions.
2 balls, 1 sack. It's one of the suggestions.
There was?
Oh, what was it?
What I heard was, don't laugh. What I heard was, you said 2 balls, 1 sack. I heard 2 dicks, 1 ball.
What?
I know, because in my head I was like, that's normal. So 2 balls in 1 sack, I was like, that's normal. But in my head, I was like, maybe he reversed it, as in like 2 dicks, 1 ball.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
So 2 balls, 1 sack. What else you got?
well, we gotta look it up and see if somebody has it.
Yeah.
So we got 3 options.
No,
Three
we don't.
options.
We only have the other 2. Go ahead.
Okay. Should we keep it?
None of the Damn Podcast.
Should we keep Not a Dumb Podcast and pump out as much episodes, give you out some good content? Hopefully, our search for this.
Oh, did you try to search it and see what comes up first?
We definitely come up first.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't like to capitalize on people's. Anyway, but then also, one of the subscribers suggested Lackaroni and Chaz.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's a pun off of macaroni and cheese, obviously.
I feel like they got that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this mother's like, I don't get it. Lackaroni and Chaz is pretty
Somebody's
funny.
like, I don't.
Yeah, but why? Why would I do that? And that, if you do that, that is 100% ours. We will give the person
Until we find another Lackaroni.
Ooh.
Then we got to kill him.
Yeah. That's very original. There's no way that somebody would be like, there's another goddamn Lackaroni and Chaz.
I just started a podcast real quick.
I know. Oh, Twiller. But Twiller with the backstab.
With Chaz Shepard.
Yeah.
All right, yo. So
So it's up to you guys, man. What you guys, you like the name already? I see, because the hashtags NAPD be going out. Somebody said it sounds like we have our own police department.
Oh,
NAPD.
That's funny. Yeah.
Another podcast as we
Yeah,
come
that's
back
funny.
after the first 48. The NAPD has been inspecting this case all day.
We've blurred the face to protect the.
To protect the names. Yeah. So yeah, what do you guys want to do, man? And then Two Balls, One Sack is actually one already a podcast called that. So we
Really?
can't- No. I don't
Oh,
know.
it's funny. Dude, you killing with this, acting your ass off right
I
now.
don't know.
All right, so thank you guys for watching, tuning in this episode. We love you to death. Follow Chaz.
Follow Dion.
Please.
You got to pick one. You doing Dion Lack or the Lactose? People need to know where to go.
I know.
What
I
are you
know.
doing?
I'm thinking I might need to start doing. This is me thinking in my own head because I'm logged in on 2 different names.
Right.
So I would love to keep building up on Lactose to get subscribers there, but my Dion Lack is just old videos of things that I posted a long time ago, and I've never uploaded on that. So maybe I just need to kind of point the camera to myself and just start shooting stuff and just trying to start from scratch because I don't have like 67 subscribers on there. But my Lactose brand, which I wanted to make that, but yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Dion's in a conundrum.
Yeah, Dion Lack or Lactose Entertainment.
Yeah.
So, all right, y'all.
Yeah.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo. Sorry. Is that our sign off? Toodaloo.